live from the National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
Coming to you live from the National News Studio. Welcome to the news. My name is Clifford Richards.
And I'm Delanjali Anand, and these are the headlines for tonight.
A person said to be the main suspect of the assassination of the chairman of the Waligama Pradesh Sabha taken into custody. It has been emphasized that the drug menace can be controlled by creating an environment where the youth can discuss problems. A danger of a cyclone tomorrow. Further warnings issued to naval and fishing communities. 14 distressed crew of a merchant vessel in Sri Lankan waters rescued. Strikes and protests can be minimized through the understanding of health professionals, says the health minister. Students of the Northwestern Province who excelled at the GCE Advanced Level Examination appreciated. A joint peace agreement between Thailand and Cambodia. Sri Lanka wins 14 gold medals at the South Asian Athletic Championship by now.
Now, a person considered to be the main suspect in the assassination of the chairman of Waligama Pradesh Sabha, Lasantha Vikramasekara, has been taken into custody in the evening today.
Well, meanwhile, 5 persons said to have been aiding and abetting have also been taken into custody. Well, the police initiated a special operation in search of the person who shot and assassinated the chairman of the Waligama Pradesh Sabha, Lasantha Vikramasekara. Investigations were conducted via CCTV clips from shops and houses on both sides of the road where the gunman fled after with another person on the motorcycle. It has been observed later them fleeing in 2 motorcycles. According to the police, it has been revealed during investigations that the suspect who came for the shooting had been a notorious criminal who deserted the army. The officials of the police special task force conducted a sudden raid early morning today after receiving a tip-off that the suspects were hiding at the 50 houses area, Kakirawa. Sri Lanka Army also assisted in this raid. A person along with a woman were taken into custody, suspected to be conducted to the assassination in an abandoned house in the area. During the scuffle by the persons present in the house with several police officers, a police officer was also wounded and is under treatment. The police took into its custody a motorcycle, sum of more than 1.2 million rupees, heroin, and also ice, narcotics and equipment in their usage from the spot. And according to the police, the person who accommodated the suspect had been taken into custody. Well, the police is requesting the assistance of the public to take into custody Hakmana Paranaliyanage Nuantharaka, who fled during a scuffle with the police. He is also said to be a resident of Angulugama, Bandipita. Kotpana police added that the suspect, of a height of about 5.6 feet, had a tattoo on the upper right arm saying Anuradha, and in English another tattoo on his left arm saying Hitumate Jivite. Police also request the public to inform the following telephone numbers. Meanwhile, 2 suspects have been taken into custody in the Galle area today by the Mathura Crime Investigation Division on the allege of aiding and abetting them. One of them, who had provided a motorcycle for the assassins to flee at Mathura area, is a resident of Polmudora. Another person is a 3-wheeler driver who provided transport facilities to a woman and the shooter. The 3-wheeler driver had provided transport facilities to suspects for 3 days, and an amount of 20,000 rupees had been paid for him. According to the police, it has also been revealed that another shooter and the woman considered to be a visitor, a mobile phone shop, had purchased a mobile phone along with a large number of SIM cards. Later, they were in hiding at Ridiyagama area before fleeing to Kakirawa. The suspects were handed over to the Waligama police today and will be produced before the Mathura Magistrate Court tomorrow. In the meantime, the final rites of the assassinated chairman of the Waligama Pradesh Sabha, Lasantha Vikramasekara, were held today at the Ahangama area at the family burial ground.
According to the Inspector General of Police, Priyantha Veerasurya, there is a tendency of persons engaged in drug peddling joining politics. He pointed out that political parties should pay more attention in this regard. Inspector General of Police Priyantha Veerasurya said that persons connected to organised crimes and drug peddling have joined politics. The political parties should decide whether they should be given membership or not. Discussions should also be held as to whether they should be granted candidature during future elections. All political parties have the responsibility not to allow those connected with drug menace and organised crime into politics. They are trying to cover up their crimes dressed in white, and he added.
ඔවුන් සුදු ඇඳගෙන කළු වැඩ කරකට තවුන්ගේ කාර්යයන් මද්ද්‍රව්‍ය ජාවාරම සංවිධානාත්මක අපරාධ වලට ආවරණයක් ගන්න උත්සාහ කරනවා. විතානගේ මහත්මියත් මේ කියලා තියෙනවා කියලා පාර්ලිමේන්තු විරකිව ඔබතුමාලා මොකක් කරේ කියලා දැනට తాවකාලික ආරක්ෂාවක් ලබා දුන්නා. හැබැයි එතුමාටත් තියෙන්නේ සංවිධානාත්මක අපරාධ වලට යම් සම්බන්ධ පුද්ගලයන්ගේ සහසම්බන්ධකම් හින්දා තමයි තර්ජනය කොට නැගිලා ඉන්නේ. අපි විවෘතව විමර්ශනයක් පවත්වනවා මේ සම්බන්ධයෙන්.
The IGP stated this when he visited Vidyavasa Mahapirivena Mirigama. He also met the Mahanayaka of Ramanya Mahanikai, Venerable Makulave Vimalatera. Minister of Public Security Anand Vijaypala also joined this occasion.
Professor Iresha Lakshman says the narcotic menace could be controlled by creating an environment where the younger generation would be able to openly discuss their problems. She further points out that the problems of the youth have become more complex in nature within the cyberspace. Well, the toxic drug menace has become a serious social catastrophe today. Narcotic racketeers and other accomplices have been striving since a long time to make school children and youth the prey of their drug mechanism. The government is engaged in efforts to enlighten the masses in the regard to eliminate the narcotic network from the country. The general public is also responding positively and extending their instinct cooperation by conveying the necessary information. Professor Iresha, Dean of the Social Studies of the Colombo University, says today's youth have gone beyond the world of the naked eye and exposed to the cyberspace. She adds that the time has come for us to change the attitude in large measures towards them. Their problem will have to be resolved within the homes with the participation of discussions with the elders, and the professor has expressed optimism over receiving solutions to their problems, even to some extent.
Ministers Anand Vijaypala and Chandana Abeyratne have presided over the Northwestern Province program to appreciate the students who have excelled in the district level at the GCE Advanced Level examinations of 2023 and 2024 was held today. An incentive allowance of 100,000 rupees and a certificate were presented to each of the 240 students who had displayed their skills at the GCE Advanced Level examinations in 2023 and 2024 in the Kurunegala and Putlam districts. The President's Fund had spent a sum of 24 million rupees in this regard. Minister Chandana Abeyratne said that it is pleasing to find present generation's ability to appreciate the facilities being enjoyed by present-day youth and children. He further said that in past, that recipients of the President's Fund actually were not those who were eligible to receive such benefits. Mr. Anand Vijaypala said that they shoulder the serious responsibility to create a suitable country for the present-day population through social cleansing. He further said that as political leaders, they will fulfill the obligations to mold the future of the entire child population. The ceremony was also attended by Deputy Ministers Namal Karnaratne and Namal Sudarshana. According to the Prime Minister, Dr. Harini Amarasuriya, the vision of the government is to create a united Sri Lanka where rights of all citizens will be safeguarded. She made these comments at a function held in Colombo yesterday. The inaugural function of the 2025 National Summit titled New Dimensions in the Cultural Heritage of Sri Lanka after Dr. Roland Silva was held yesterday at the Sri Lanka Foundation Institute with the participation of the Prime Minister. The function was jointly organised by the Central Cultural Fund and the International Council for Monuments and Locations. Prime Minister Dr. Harini Amarasuriya, who is the President of the Central Cultural Fund, appreciated the invaluable service provided by Dr. Roland Silva in establishing the Central Cultural Fund. Prime Minister Dr. Harini Amarasuriya said that with the handing over of this to the government, there is a responsibility from the government as well as from the public. This has been a fine example of the extensively talked about PP model. Prime Minister Dr. Hari Amarasuri also participated in the opening ceremony of the new 3-story ward complex at HP Jayasri Government Ayurveda Hospital in Belpamulla, Deyandara yesterday. The act of official handing over of the ward complex constructed via donations of PSNA family was also handed over to the Prime Minister on this occasion. Dr. Hari Amarasuri also pointed out Prime Minister Dr. Hari Amarasuri said that with the handing over of this to the government, there is a responsibility from the government as well as from the public. This has been a fine example of the extensively talked about PPP model. She expressed satisfaction in participating on this occasion. The Prime Minister added that heroes are required in building an era of resonance and the society. It is extremely important to know the availability of the heroes in this society, she emphasized. Paligurana stage plays, translated into Sinhala by reputed dramatist Henry Jayasena and directed by Pooj the Dimel, was staged in front of Copper Door of the Sri Lanka Parliament complex premises, led by Prime Minister Dr. Hari Amarasuri in the evening yesterday. It was organised by the Parliament Forum on Arts and Cultural Affairs, parallel to the 2025 Literature Month. Speaker Jagat Vikramaratne, Minister Sunil Senevi, parliamentarians of the government and the opposition including a number of others were present on this occasion.
The Sri Lanka Navy has been successful in rescuing 14 sailors in a merchant vessel located 100 nautical miles, that's south of Sri Lanka, which had remained dysfunctional. Well, the rescued Navy personnel were brought to the Hambantota International Harbour this morning. The Samudra craft of the Sri Lanka Navy was engaged in the rescue mission. The Navy says upon arrival at the international harbour, these affected sailors were subjected to the inspection of immigration officials, and thereafter they were handed over to the Hambantota Harbour Police Station.
It was very good rescue operation. The captain has very good experience, so it was very hard time for us at the sea. Because of about 12 days we are drifting without electricity, without power, without main engine, all food spoiled, and we cannot eat nothing, dangerous. So the weather was rough. Disembarked the vessel 2-3 times, but it's not possible until the captain is come there. So thanks for the captain again for good cooperation for every hospitality.
Commanding officer of the Samudra ship, Commander Dissanayake, says that this is an exceptional occurrence. According to the meteorological reports, the sea had remained extremely rough. He added that according to the instructions of the Ministry of Defence and the Sri Lanka Navy.
The Meteorology Department says that the disturbance over the southeast Bay of Bengal has developed into a depression and moved to a location 800 kilometers northeast from Trincomalee.
Well, there's in fact a likelihood of it being further developing into a deep depression today, and the Met report also adds that there is a possibility of it moving northwestwards and intensified into a severe cyclonic storm by the 28th. And the department also reports that the cyclonic condition would likely to move further, that's northwestwards, and also cross the Andhra Pradesh coast in India as a cyclonic storm.
The naval and fishing communities are warned not to venture into shallow sea areas off the coast extending from Kankesanture to Batticaloa via Trincomalee until further notice. The fishing and naval communities from Galle to Pothuwil via Hambantota have also been informed not to engage in their activities during the period. The Met report further says that intermittent rainfall or thundershowers may occur in the northern and north-central provinces and also in the Trincomalee and Batticaloa districts. Strong and provincial winds of speeds between 40 to 50 kilometers per hour may also occur in the western slopes of the Central Highlands, in the western, northern and north-central and northwestern, and also in the southern provinces as well as in the Trincomalee district. The rain affecting many parts of the island have affected around 29,500 people in 18 districts. Director of the Disaster Management Center, Pradeep Kodipilli, says that the victims include members of 7,395 families. 4 deaths have also been reported. There have been many partial damages to 753 houses. 532 people who have been affected by sudden flood threats in the Colombo district and are being located in 3 places. In the Ratnapura district, 12 persons have been shifted to safety places. Relief programs are underway continuously. Water levels in several rivers have gone up with the prevailing rainy weather condition. Water levels in the Kaluganga in the areas of Ratnapura and Millakanda have increased substantially. The National Building Research Organization has issued warnings of earth slips for several divisional secretariat divisions in the districts of Badulla, Colombo, Gaul, Kalutara, Kandy, Kegol, Kurunagala, Matale, Matara, Norelia and Ratnapura. Scientists of NBRO, Vasanta Senadira, says the communique to stay vigilant under the stages 1 and 2 continues further. Spill gates in several reservoirs in the Anuradhapura, Kurunagala and Kandy districts remain open. 2 gates in the Rajangana reservoir have been lifted by 4 feet each. With the water level increasing rapidly in the Alikotar reservoir in Vallabai, 3 of its sluice gates have been opened by 3 feet each. The nearby Shoe Bridge is also underwater, causing obstruction to transport. Due to the opening of the sluice gates, the water level in the Kirindioya has also gone up. Our correspondent says Nalyad and Atabagasandhya on the Horana Bulatsinhala Molkava continues to remain underwater. 1 sluice gate in the Kukuligang reservoir has been opened.
Udharanjali, the abbreviation SPC, State Printing Corporation, is definitely something that's unforgettable and stays in our memory, and that's because of they being the producer of high quality books.
This same state institution has now embarked upon a new journey in a novel format. The State Printing Corporation was formulated by the State Printing Corporation Act No. 24 of 1968. The government printing apparatus is located in Panalua, Vataraka in Homagama. The initial object was to print only school texts, but today not only such texts are being handed over to school children free of charge. It also provides books for children in Dhamma schools also free of charge. In addition, question papers of term tests of provincial schools, numerous forms for election purposes as well as many other important documents are being printed in this institute. It also fulfills the printing requirements of other state institutions as well. All products conforms to standards certificates of excellence. The printing press also utilizes ERP system of latest technology and joins with the National Productivity Office in implementing the 5S concept in the production process. Nearly 500 employees are engaged in duties. Being state corporation, it is not liable to receive funds directly from the central government. Therefore, the State Printing Corporation is compelled to pay salaries, gratuities, bonuses and other payments from the income derived from printing activities. The latest initiative of the corporation is to produce high-quality exercise books at minimum prices to the children of the country under the SPC brand name. These books are being produced according to safety health procedures. The SPC has provided. Chairman of the SPC, TMDM Ujit Bandara, said that the State Printing Corporation has been incurring losses in the past 12 years. However, this situation had changed after the year 2024. All dilapidated physical resources and including machinery have been turned into normal functional level. The corporation has been restored economically and financially. The anticipated revenue for the year 2025 is 3,021 million rupees. The corporation is moving towards 84% of its anticipated goal since the third quarter. As a result, in the near future, SPC books could be seen in every village in the country. These books are being processed with scientific technologies of high standards. The books will be sold in the market at affordable prices. The reviving State Printing Corporation has been enriched with new experience and a new concept. The aim is to increase production capacity and to hand over value-added products to the school children and the general public under the SPC label.
Moving on with more local stories, Minister Dr. Nalinda Jayatissa says that a qualitative health service can be provided to the people of this country by keeping the health professionally satisfied. Well, he made this observation at a discussion held with the Association of Government Pharmaceutical Compounders. Extensive discussions were held with the minister regarding professional problems faced by the Government Pharmaceutical Compounders Association, matters related to human and physical assets, along with future actions and proposals. The minister also stated that the professional problems and proposals forwarded by the representatives of trade unions are justifiable, and also added that quick, proper and justifiable solutions will be provided for them. The minister also pointed out that strikes and protests can be minimized through mutual understanding among all professionals in the health sector. Secretary to the Ministry of Health and Mass Media, Dr. Anil Jasinghe, and other officials were present on this occasion.
And we have more news from home in brief. Police shot at a van after following it, which was defying orders to stop travelling from Swaripola area in Piliandala via Katubadda area in Moratua. Later, according to reports, the driver of the van has fallen down and was injured while trying to flee the scene. According to investigations conducted later, it has been revealed that the van has travelled, causing danger to several other vehicles. Two persons who were selling heroin narcotics by transporting them on a motorcycle from Peradeniya to Valimada at Diavtalava have been taken into custody. The raid has been conducted by the Keppedipola police. Another 11 persons connected with this were taken into custody during the interrogation of suspects. The suspects, aged from 25 to 35 years, are residents of Valimada, Boralanda, Gurutalava and Diavtalava areas. The handing over of line rooms to the people after renovation at Kalebok Estate, Panvilla in Kandy was held recently under the patronage of Minister of Plantation and Community Infrastructure Facilities, Samantha Vidyaratna. This was implemented by the Ministry of Plantation and Community Infrastructure Facilities under the Clean Sri Lanka National Programme. The Odysseus tourist train delayed at the Vataguda railway station in the noon today. According to the railway's control room, the train journeys in the upcountry line were not hampered due to the derailment of the train engine. Immediate steps were taken to normalize the railway's track.
A zero-carbon national conference for project management for the first time in Sri Lanka was held in Colombo recently. Organised by the Sri Lanka branch of the National Project Management Institute, it attracted the attention of everyone as the largest project management conference in Sri Lanka. An Excellence Award Festival was also organised parallel to this, joined by 100 companies represented by more than 300 professionals.
And they leave the stage because they deserve.
For gracing this event,
Hail is Phantoms Limited.
Wildlife officials successfully rescued a wild elephant stuck in a marshy land at Yaya 6 village, Bakamuna, Alahara in Polonnaruwa. The residents of the area have informed the wildlife officials that the elephant is obviously suffering from a certain illness which was frequenting the Vaskamu Wildlife Reserve. Later, the wildlife officials of Buduruwa, Yaya and Bakamuna arrived at the place and rescued the elephant, which was stuck in the mud. The wildlife veterinary surgeons of Giritale treated the elephant.
We're now moving on to a little bit of development news in brief. Reconstruction of 25 kilometers of roadway from Kalupahana to Ohia via Udaveriya in the Haldamulla Divisional Secretariat Division is being carried out successfully. It is one of the projects earmarked under the program to reconstruct 100 dilapidated roads in the Uva province. The Uva Provincial Road Development Authority has set aside a sum of 50 million rupees in this connection. Reconstruction of the road from Kimulavela in Hinguragoda to Ulpatalagama in Maduragiri in the Polonnaruwa district has got underway recently. Hinguragoda Pradesh Sabha member Upul Sampath and several others representatives in the area took part in this opening day. Well, that's news at home. Time for a short break, and we'll be back with international stories shortly.
You can make make a difference. It is your duty to help eradicate dengue. Clean up your environment at least once a week. A message from the Dengue Control Unit of the Ministry of Health.
The Prime Ministers of the Thailand and Cambodia signed a new agreement in Kuala Lumpur aimed at reducing tensions along their disputed border.
Well, the deal witnessed by US President Donald Trump was presented as a step towards lasting peace between the two nations. Well, under the Kuala Lumpur Peace Accord, both countries agreed to withdraw heavy weapons from the border area and form an interim observation team to monitor the ceasefire. They also plan to clear landmines, replace missing border markers and establish a joint task force to combat cross-border scam centers. Thai Prime Minister Autin Chavikarul said that the agreement reflects the commencement of the peaceful dialogue, while Cambodian Prime Minister Hun Manet described it as a sign of regional cooperation. Diplomats of both sides said the accord marks a protest but meaningful steps towards durable stability along a shared border.
Now, 2 suspects have been arrested in connection with the theft of precious crown jewels from Paris's Louvre Museum, French authorities say. The arrests follow the high-profile heist in which items worth 88 million euros were stolen. According to police, one suspect was taken into custody while preparing to fly to Algeria and the other was headed to Mali. The thieves, using power tools and a vehicle-mounted lift, gained entry to the gallery via the first-floor balcony, threatening the guards and broke into display cases. They escaped on scooters just 4 minutes after entering. The preliminary review found that 1 in 3 rooms in the raided area lacked CCTV and cameras on the exterior wall did not cover the balcony. French Justice Minister acknowledged security failings, describing them as damaging the France's image. Experts warn the jewels may have already been dismantled, making recovery difficult. In response, the Louvre has transferred its most valuable jewels to the Bank of France for secure storage.
Welcome back, and we are moving on to the world of sport. Well, at the end of the third day's events of the South Asian Senior Athletic Tournament, Sri Lankan athletes have been successful in adding 5 more goals to the tally, marking a total number of goals won at 13.
The tournament is being conducted in Ranchi, India. At the conclusion on the second day yesterday, athletes from Sri Lanka bagged 4 gold medals. Tharindra Dasun won the gold medal in the men's high jump event by recording a jump of 2.17 meters.
Oh, beauty. That's a beauty. I love this.
In the 110-meter hurdles event, Roshan Ranatunga won the silver medal by finishing the event in 13.9 seconds.
It's the Sri Lankans that are lagging behind. It's the 2 Indians that top a hurdle. Oh, look at that from the outside. There is a Sri Lanka chasing them. A wonderful chase there. A Cuban and the Portuguese.
In the women's discus throw event, Vinodani Lakmali has secured the bronze medal by throwing a distance of 43.01 meters. The bronze medal in the men's discus throw event was also taken over by Sri Lankan athlete Milanda Sampath, recording a distance of 49.35 meters. Sri Lanka also bagged both silver and bronze medals in the men's 1,500-meter running event. The winners were Risiru Chaturanga, who took the silver, and Rojden Mifran, who won the bronze. Nimali Lianarachi won the silver medal in the women's 1,500-meter running event. It was Sairi Mendes who won the bronze medal in the 400-meter women's running event with a timing of 54.18 seconds.
Strong like a tiger. She takes the gold. Her second gold.
Sri Lankan athletes also won the gold and bronze medals in the men's 400-meter running event. The gold medalist was Kalinga Kumarage, who finished the event in 46.21 seconds. Kalhara Indupa won the bronze medal.
It's going to be close. The Sri Lankan is looking strong. He will take it away in lane 7. Heva Kumaraga Kalinga of Sri Lanka second evening out here. That's the boy.
Sri Lanka won gold medals in both men's and women's 4x100-meter relay events. The men's event was represented by Pramudit Silva, Sandan Diyalavatta, Indusara Vidushan and Shamud Yodasingha. They won the gold medal with a timing of 39.99 seconds.
The second is Diyavarata. As they now come to the third of them, that's going to be Jasjit Singh Dhillon for India and Sri Lankan Vidushan. They have taken that lead. The final bend there, that's Pranav Gurav and Yoda Singhe. Yoda Singhe is looking strong. Pranav might have to settle for a silver. Pranav takes the silver. The Indians take the silver there. But Sri Lanka very strong and they take the gold.
Dhananjana Fernando, Amasha De Silva, Rumeshika Ratnayaka and Sifia Yamith represented Sri Lanka in the 100-meter women's relay event. They finished the event in 44.70 seconds.
Silver for Sri Lanka, jet slight advantage. The Sri Lankans doing well for the Sri Lanka. Now coming on to the final bend. Yes, that's going to happen now. Yamik and Chavan, better or even better, takes the gold. Follow in the footsteps of the men. 100 meters gold yesterday. Their combination of EDS Fernando home straight now joins. That's a picture with the Sri Lankans will be extremely happy on.
Sri Lankans excelling on the track, and not only on the track, in golf as well, because Sri Lanka won the bronze medal of the women's singles golf event at the Asian Youth Sports Festival, and the sports festival is being held in Bahrain. Kaya Daluwatha won the bronze medal for Sri Lanka, and this has been the first medal won by Sri Lanka at this year's Youth Sports Festival. And apart from the athletic events, Sri Lanka won a gold and 4 bronze medals by now. Well, on that victorious note, it's time to end the news together with Dulanjali. This is Clifford wishing you a good night and enjoy the rest of the programs. Thank you, Miss.